Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. Back to campus next week for students of more Indian schools in the Sultanate. Omani scientist wins first GCC Water Innovation Prize. Oman, Saudi Arabia discuss cooperation in retributive justice. Oman bans import of live birds from parts of India and Pakistan. Pakistan reports surge in dengue fever cases amid outbreak fears. UN chief calls for nuclear weapons to be eliminated. Oman's shot put star hopes to bring more medals in 2022. Lastly, Oman Cricket Club strikes the multi-sponsorship agreement. These were the headlines from our newsroom today. Let's see how the weather looks like in the Sultanate in our weather update. Forecasts indicate an increase in the maximum temperatures by 4 degrees Celsius in the interior and northern governorates of the Sultanate, including Musandam. This is a result of global warming on the Sultanate's climate. The Sultanate's climate has witnessed obvious changes during the past 3 decades, which is consistent with the conclusions of recent studies of the Arabian Peninsula and the neighboring region. During the period between 1980 and 2013, meteorological stations throughout the Sultanate showed evidence of an obvious trend of warming. The highest trends are in Khasab, Sohar, Sikh, Sib, Sur, and the northern regions, while the weakest warming trends were recorded along the southeast coast. Professor Yasin Abdurrahman Al-Sharabi, director of the Center for Environmental Studies and Research at the Sultan Qaboos University, has said. Moreover, the update on the expected tropical situation on the Arabian Sea is that indicators continue to form a tropical situation on the western coast of India, which is the northeast of the Arabian Sea, on Wednesday evening, 29 September. The preliminary indicators indicate that the tropical situation may move west towards the Sea of Oman, Oman Meteorology said in a statement earlier today. With that, let's have a look at the weather in rest of the governorates. Muscat will be sunny with temperatures between 30 to 34 degrees Celsius. Musanda will also be sunny with temperatures between 28 to 36 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batna will also be sunny with temperatures between 28 to 35 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batna will also be sunny with temperatures between 23 to 36 degrees Celsius. Al-Buraimi will also be sunny with temperatures between 27 to 39 degrees Celsius. Ad-Dahra will also be sunny with temperatures between 26 to 41 degrees Celsius. Ad-Dakhliya will be partly cloudy with temperatures between 22 to 37 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiya will also be partly cloudy with temperatures between 24 to 40 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiya will be sunny with temperatures between 27 to 35 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will also be sunny with temperatures between 26 to 41 degrees Celsius. Lastly, Dhofar will be partly cloudy with temperatures between 27 to 33 degrees Celsius. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now, before we get into details of the local stories for today, let's see how the COVID-19 situation looks like in the Sultanate. The Ministry of Health officials today has registered no death cases in the Sultanate, which means the total death cases in the Sultanate remains at 4,095. In addition to that, the Ministry of Health has announced the registration of 34 new cases of coronavirus in Oman today. With this, the total confirmed cases in the Sultanate now stands at 303,673, which also includes total recoveries of 296,917, as well as total deaths of 4,095. In the last 24 hours, the health officials have also received 390 recoveries. The Ministry of Health has urged all the citizens and residents living in the Sultanate to follow the precautionary measures issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. And now from a local desk. At least 2 more Indian schools in Oman have drawn up plans to resume physical classes by the first week of October. Indian School Darset and Indian School Seem both plan on adopting blended learning for students of class 12 from October 3, 2021 onwards. At Indian School Darset, students of class 12 and 10 will have on-campus lessons from 7 to 10:30 a.m. and switch to online classes from 11:30 a.m. to 3:10 p.m. starting from October 3rd. The same schedule will be rolled out for students in grade 9 and 11 on October 17 and 7 and 8 on November 1st. Prior to students of these 4 standards switching to blended learning, their online classes will also run from 7 to 10:30 a.m. Please send your ward to school with mask, hand sanitizer, vaccination certificate, handkerchief, tissue, water bottle, tiffin, and all required textbooks, notebooks, and stationery as per the timetable, said Indian School Darset in a circular. It also added that if your ward has fever, cough, or cold, make them stay at home and encourage them to attend online classes until fully recovered. When you come to drop your ward to school or at the pickup point, please maintain social distancing and cooperate with the staff at the gate regarding the thermal screening process, added the school. Also saying that feedback about each child regarding his academic progress, physical and emotional development will be given by the teachers at regular intervals. Over at Indian School Seem, physical classes of class 12 will begin on Sunday, October 3rd, while the preliminary examination for class 10 students is set to begin a week later, which is on October 10th. As part of protocols adopted at Indian schools, students are required to maintain all COVID protocols, include not sharing of water, snacks, stationery, and books. Canteens will also remain shut until further notice. Students who wish to attend on-campus classes must also be at least partially vaccinated and must have their vaccine certificate with them all time. Furthermore, parents who wish to enter the school must also produce their vaccine certificate prior to entry. Dr. Muhammad Zahir Al-Abri, Associate Professor of Petroleum and Chemical Engineering at Sultan Qaboos University's Engineering College, won the first edition of the GCC Water Innovation Prize. Al-Abri, who is also the Director of the Nanotechnology Research Center at the SQU, was awarded the prize for a research on safe water management enhancing nanofibers. He was conferred the trophy at the conclusion of the 5th Arab Water Forum held at Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The GCC Water Innovation Contest was first announced in 2020 to encourage innovation and creativity in researching non-traditional water resources. Nasser Khamis Al-Sawai, Attorney General, met here on Sunday with Sheikh Saud Abdullah Al-Mujib, Attorney General of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. During the meeting, the two sides discussed means of enhancing cooperation in the field of the retributive justice and the exchange of expertise in a bid to develop performance and sharpen the skills of public prosecution employees. The Saudi side gave a presentation on their experience, including the technical developments. The visit comes within the context of promoting the bilateral relations between the two brotherly countries in judicial and legal areas. In addition to that, the two sides also held a discussion on the advancement of cooperation in the field of criminal justice and the exchange of experiences. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Wealth and Water Resources has issued a ministerial decision banning the import of live birds from the states of Uttar Pradesh and Punjab in India and the Punjab region in Pakistan. According to the statement issued by the ministry, it said that banning the import of live birds and their products, derivatives and offal from the states of Uttar Pradesh and Punjab in the Republic of India and the Punjab region in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. This decision is based on a recommendation from the competent veterinary authority and is also valid until further notice. This was all from a local desk for today. It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming your way from International Desk. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from our international desk. A surge in the number of dengue fever cases has been reported in parts of Pakistan over the past 24 hours amid fears that the country might face an outbreak of the disease in the coming days, health authorities said on Sunday. A total of 90 new cases of dengue fever have been reported across the eastern Punjab province over the past 24 hours, said the provincial health department, adding that most of the cases were recorded in Lahore, the provincial capital of Punjab. The total tally of dengue fever cases this year has surged to 1,082 in the province, said the health department. Similarly, more than 800 dengue fever cases were detected in the country's northwest Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province during the last 1 month, as the province added several new cases over the last 24 hours, said the province health department. Keeping in view of the alarming spike in the dengue fever cases, the province's health department, in collaboration with the district administrations, has begun fumigation and an awareness campaign in the province. Meanwhile, 32 more people were infected with the dengue virus in the federal capital Islamabad in the past 24 hours, pushing the tally of the cases in the city to 177 this year, Islamabad District Health Officer Zaim Zia told local media. According to government officials, despite various challenges posed by COVID-19, the Pakistani government has been making all-out efforts and taking adequate measures to stem the further spread of the dengue virus. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres spoke on Sunday on the International Day for the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons, declaring that nuclear weapons must be eliminated from the world and a new era of dialogue, trust, and peace must begin. Addressing the threat of nuclear weapons has been central to the work of the United Nations since its inception, said the top UN official. In 1946, the very first General Assembly resolution sought the elimination from national armaments of atomic weapons and of all other major weapons adaptable to mass destruction, the Secretary General noted. The UN chief pointed out that although the total number of nuclear weapons has been decreasing for decades, some 14,000 are stockpiled around the world, which is facing the highest level of nuclear risk in almost 4 decades. Now is the time to lift this cloud of good, eliminate nuclear weapons from our world, and usher in a new era of dialogue, trust, and peace for all people, said Guterres. Once again, it's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates from a sports desk. And now from a sports desk. Oman's first ever Paralympic medalist is hopeful of repeating his medal-winning accomplishments when he takes part in 3 international competitions next year. Shot putter Mohammad Al-Mashayekhi, who became the first ever Omani to win a medal at either the Olympic or Paralympic level, will take part in the West Asia Para Games in February 2022. After that, in August, he will compete at the World Championships, followed by the Asian Para Games in October 2022. While it is very difficult to reach the levels required to participate at the Paralympics, it is even harder to maintain those standards. Our goals are for him to maintain his performance levels he is currently at, even during these upcoming tournaments, and hopefully win medals for the country, said his coach Sonia Mustafa, who also serves as the technical director of the Oman Paralympic Committee. Every time you reach a particular goal, you are required to work harder to achieve your next objective. That is the demanding nature of sport, added Al-Mashayekhi. 30-year-old Al-Mashayekhi, who comes from the town of Jalan Bani Bu Hassan in the Sharqiya region, was infected with meningitis at the age of 5. Although he recovered from the disease, it left with the cerebral palsy and dystonia, a condition in which his hands and neck move voluntarily. Despite his challenges, he finished third in the seated shot put event at Tokyo 2020, throwing a distance of 10.84 meters. Oman Cricket Club strikes the multi-sponsorship agreement for the 7th edition of ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2021. The agreement signing event took place this morning between 9:30 to 11 a.m. at Oman Cricket Academy in Al Amirat. The chief guests of the ceremony, His Excellency Abdus Salam Al Murshidi, Minister of Oman Investment Authority, and His Excellency Basil bin Ahmed Al Rawas, Under Secretary of Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth, were present at the event, along with the signing authority of the Oman Cricket Club, Pankaj Khimji, the chairman of the board. Pankaj Khimji said that the ICC T20 World Cup 2021 is one of the major events hosted in Oman and will be extremely instrumental in gaining recognition for the sport in our country. Striking sponsorship with leading companies will only help us put for the best for our participants and viewers of the game. The T20 World Cup, hosted by the BCCI in Oman and the United Arab Emirates, kickstarts on October 17, 2021. With this news, we have come to the end of the episode for today, but stay tuned as we'll be coming back live again at 5 p.m. with our Fighting COVID segment your way. So stay tuned and keep watching TTV.